Hello friends, welcome to the series of lectures of Mathematics 1. Myself Hardik Patel from LG Institute of Engineering and Technology. In today's session, we are going to start with the multiple integral and our topic is double integration over the rectangle and general regions. Okay, now first we are starting with the three-dimension curve. Suppose we are defining the double integration over a rectangular curve. Now here see this z is equal to f of x comma y. This is a three-dimensional surface. You have given some rectangle region in xy plane. Here this R is a rectangle region in xy plane and x is varies from A to B and y is varies from C to D. Okay, that means you have a rectangle region in xy plane. Now, if you are going to take a small partition of this region in xy plane, that means you are going to take some parallel lines parallel to x and parallel to y. Then, in that case, you will get small rectangle region in this one. That will give you the small area, and using that, we are going to define the double integration for the surface f of x comma y. So double integration of f of x comma y is defined as double integration over a region. Here see double integration over a region R f of x comma y dA or double integration over region R f of x comma y dx dy or double integration over a region R f of x comma y dy dx. That means where dA is nothing but your dx dy. Correct? That is we taken from the small region over R. Okay? Which we have taken in a dr. Now what we are going to do is whatever the in one dimension we have done double integration instead of a single integration. If we are going to take out then single integration fx dx, in that case what you have done sigma f of xi dxi, correct, and you are applying the limit, and whatever the limit you get that will give you the integration under the curve. Same manner here we are going taking double sigma and we are applying the limit, and that will give you the double integration over the region R. Now we are starting with the basic concept of the. You have given any integration from A to B and C to D. Correct? Here all limits are constant and you have given double integration A to B, C to D, f of x comma y dx dy. Then whatever the you have to check out the order of the inner dx dy, and according to that we are going to use the integration. If dx is first, then the inner integration is of x. That means the inner limit is of x. That means x is varies from C to D, and outer integration is of y. So outer integration has a limit from y is equal to A to B. Same manner, if you have given all limit constants, but here the order is dy dx, that means the inner limit C to D is a limit of y, and y varies from C to D, and the x varies from A to B. Okay, so please remember this thing. But instead of a variable limit, suppose you have a constant limit. Instead of a constant limit, suppose you have a variable limit. That means you have a limit from integration A to B, integration f1x to f2x, f of xy dx dy. In that case, we are not going to check out what is the order of dx dy, but we are going to check out here. This is a function of x. That means this is nothing but it is a limit of y. If you have a function of x, that means it is a limit of y. In that case, first you have to integrate with respect to y, and then outer limit is of x, so then you have to integrate with respect to x. Now, same manner, instead of f of x, f1x, f2x, if we have g1y, g2y, that means now you have a function of y. That means this is nothing but it is a limit of x, and if it is limit of x, then first you have to integrate with respect to x, and then outer limit from C to D is limit of y. So then you are going to integrate with respect to y. So please remember, if the function of x is there, that means it is limit of y. If the function of y is there, that means it is limit of x. Now, what we are going to do is we are starting with the example. You have given that evaluate double integration from 1 to 2 and 0 to 1, 1 plus 3 of xy dx dy. Now here you have given dx dy. So first integration is of x. So inner limit is of x. So x varies from 0 to x varies to 1. That means this is the limit of x. So x is varying from 0 to 1 and this is the limit of y. Y is varies from 1 to 2. Okay. So first we have to integrate this with respect to x. Now whenever you are integrating with respect to x, then you have to treat y as a constant. So first we are integrating 1. So 1 has an integration x and 3xy. In that x has an integration x square by 2. Okay. So please remember this thing. Whenever you are integrating with respect to x, then in that case y is treated as a constant. Now what we are going to do is put the limit. Now you had integrate with respect to x. So we are going to put the limit of x. Limit of x is 1 to 0 to 1. So first we are going to substitute 1 and then we are going to substitute 0. That will give you integration from 1 to 2. 1 plus 3 by 2y minus 0 dy. Now again integrate this term with respect to y. That will give you 1 as the integration y and y as the integration y square by 2. Again put the limits from 1 to 2. That will give you 5 minus 1 plus 3 by 4. And if you are going to simplify, then you will get the answer 13 by 4. Okay. Now we are going on to the another example. Now see, here you have given evaluate integration from 0 to 1 and integration from 0 to x. So here see, inner limit, that means first integration has a variable limit. And here you have x, that means this integration is of function y. Because you have function of x, that means the integration is of function y. So first you have to integrate with respect to y. So please remember that first we are integrating with respect to y. That means this is the limit of y and you are integrating with respect to y and then we are going to integrate it with respect to x. So e raised to y by x is the integration y by x upon 1 upon x because e raised to ax is the integration e raised to ax upon a. Now simplify this, that will give x into e raised to y by x and then substitute the limits, that will give you xe minus x because first we are going to put x, then you will have x into e raised to 1 minus if you are going to put y is equal to 0, then you will get x into e raised to 0, that will be 1. Now x common up and if you are not going to common, then directly integrate, that will give x as the integration x square by 2, x as the integration x square by 2. So x square by 2 into e minus x square by 2 and limit is from 0 to 1. And if you are going to substitute the value, then this will be your answer e minus 1 by 2. Okay. Now instead of that, these are some standard graph. See, if the limits now onwards we are going to put the limits ourselves. If the limits are not given, for that you have to remember some standard curves. So here we have given some standard curves. First curve is a horizontal line y is equal to c. Same manner the vertical line y is equal to 1 c, which is passing through c0. Same manner third one line we have taken is a y is equal to mx plus b, where m is nothing but it is the slope of your line. Same manner if you have negative slope, then negative slope m, where m is less than 0, then your line is like this. Okay. Now y is equal to x, line having 45-degree angle, that will be given by this. Okay. This is a parabola along positive y-axis, y is equal to x square, and this is the curve of y is equal to x cube. Now this curve is nothing but it is a y is equal to mod x. Same manner, this is a parabola y square is equal to x, or you can write down y is equal to root x. And in general, you have given any equation of this form, x is y is equal to ax square plus bx plus c. Then in that case, we are going to use this parabola y is equal to ax square plus bx plus. Now, same manner, now we are going on to the some circle, hyperbola and ellipse. So x square plus y square is equal to r square is the circle having radius r. X square upon a square plus y square upon b square is equal to 1 is the ellipse with a Same manner, the ellipse x upon a square plus y upon b square is equal to 1. This is the ellipse passing through a0, 0b. And same manner, this is the parabola y square is equal to 4ax, which is the parabola along positive x-axis. Okay. Same manner, the equation x upon a square minus y upon b square is equal to 1 is the equation of a hyperbola along x-axis. Now, we are going to start with the example. Evaluate double integration x square dA, where capital R is the region bounded by hyperbola xy is equal to 16, then y is equal to x line, then y is equal to 0 line, and x is equal to 8 line. Okay, so if we are going to start with the curves, then xy is equal to 16 is a parabola in opposite quadrant. This is the equation of xy is equal to 16. Please remember, this is the hyperbola in opposite quadrant. Same manner, the line y is equal to x is a 45-degree line. Same manner, if you are starting with y is equal to 0, then it is nothing but it is your x-axis. And the last curve x is equal to 8. So first thing what you have to do is you have to draw all these curves. So first xy is equal to 16 is a hyperbola in opposite quadrant, so it is in the first and third quadrant. Then we have drawn that y is equal to x line, that is a 45-degree line. Then we have drawn y is equal to 0 is already x-axis and x is equal to 8. Then you have to find out all intersection point. Now this is obviously this point is this is obviously this point is 0 comma 0. Correct? This point is your 8 comma 0. This point is 8 comma 2. And this point we have written is 4 comma 4. Intersection point you have to find by substituting the value from one curve to another curve. Okay? So once you have all the values, then we are going to decide the region. Now see, the region bounded by this 4, that means hyperbola xy is equal to 16, then r is equal to, then y is equal to x line, then y is equal to 0 line, and x is equal to 8 line. Then you will have this region which we have given here. But if you have to integrate, then in that case, you have to divide this region into two parts. Because see, whenever you are going to take the integration, then you have to put the limits of x and limits of y. So first, if you are going to put the limits of y, then you have to draw one strip parallel to y-axis. So here we have drawn one strip parallel to y-axis. This strip is from A to B. Okay. Now if you are going to move this strip from minimum to maximum value, then in that case, that means if you are going to move this strip from 0, 0 to point P, that in that case, what you have is, if you are going to move it, then your upper curve is going to be, in that case, your upper curve is going to be on this point. After this point, the curve is going to be changed. First, the upper part B is moving on to the line y is equal to x. After this point, we are starting with r is equal, we are going on to the curve xy is equal to 16. So now we have two regions. First R1. For R1, the limits are varies from. Now whenever we are going to put the limits, then A is on the curve y is equal to 0. So y is starting from 0. And B is on the curve y is equal to x. So the B is going on to x. So your y is starting with 0 going on to x. That means the limit of y is from 0 to x. Okay. And say now this strip A to B is moving from minimum value x is equal to 0 to maximum value x is equal to 4, because this strip is moving from x is equal to 0 to x is equal to 4. Okay. So in that case, your limit of x will be 0 to 4. Same manner for the region 2, the limits are going to be, now y is again, C is starting with y is equal to 0 and it is ending onto the curve xy is equal to 16. So from this equation, if you are going to find y is equal to y, then you will have y is equal to 16 by x. And then this strip C to D is going to be moved from x is equal to 4 to x is equal to 8. Correct? So please remember that. So y has a limit from 0 to 16 by x and x has a limit from 4 to 8. Okay. So now first for region 1, we are starting with a region 1, then region 1 has a limit from 0 to 4 and 0 to x. So if we are going to integrate, then the integration is double integration over region R1 x square dA. Then it is from 0 to 4, 0 to x square dy dx. Because you have put the limit of y first. So first you have to integrate with respect to y. And then you are integrating with respect to x. So that will give the integration 0 to 4, integration with respect to y will be x square into y, and limit is from 0 to x. Now if you are going to substitute the limit, then you will get x cube, and integration of x cube is nothing but it is x raised to 4 by 4. And if you have limit from 0 to 4, so if you are going to substitute the limits 4 and 0, then you will get the answer 64. So first integration, I1 has the answer 64. Same manner, if you are going to find the second integration, then second integration has a limit from x is varies from 4 to 8 and y is varies from 16 to 0 to 16 by x. So the second integration has a limit from 4 to 8 and from 0 to 16 by x square dy dx. Again, we are integrating with respect to y first. So x square into y is the integration of x square. And if you are going to substitute the limit from 0 to 16 by x, then you will get the answer 16x. Integrating this term with respect to x, and that will give 8x square, and limit is from 4 to 8. If you are substituting the upper limit and lower limit, then you will get the answer 384. And once you have the value of I1 and I2 both, then your I will be nothing but I1 plus I2. So that will give you 64 plus 384, and that will give you the answer 448. Okay. So this is the answer of your example. So these are the topics which we have covered in today's lecture. If you have any query or any doubt regarding this topic, then please feel free to contact me. Thank you.